Well, what have we here? Food service requirement. We want to open the restaurant. Um, how do you go about doing that? Let's find out. Okay. It's done by city, county, and they all have their separate little quirky ways they would do it. Um, I'm in base in Austin. I'm just gonna use City Austin, for example, which is probably close representative of the cities and county. Um, they have a PDF starting a food business. Oh, this is gonna be fun, and it's probably represented. We recommend you submit a fully completed application and fees. Don't forget the fees part. 1 month prior to your anticipated by the whole world opening date. This gives our staff the needed time, can't do it overnight to process it, and schedule any needed pre-opening inspections. There's so much going on here. I mean, a lot of inspections. Our staff thoroughly reviews, I'm sure of that, each form to ensure accuracy of the info provided. You know, we got to fill in all the boxes. Incomplete applications will be a delay. Food permits are in effect for 1 year from the date of issuing, and are renewable each year thereafter when the appropriate fee is paid. Notice they put that first. And the enterprise remains in compliance with the health department. That ought to be first, but both of them are important. Permit posting requirement. Um, this pretty little certificate we gave you. We want to show it off. Post it. Permit required by Austin City Code. I'm sure each city has their city code saying the same thing. And a prominent public place, visible to the general public and to patrons. A permit is clearly visible. Okay, now we're going to define that. Posted in the front window. Some of them have taped on the front of their windows with all their ludicrous advertisements. Posted in display case. Display case, never seen that. On the outside wall of the enterprise within 5 feet from the front door. Posted on the drive-thru, never seen that either. Well, I guess you could do it if you feel like it. In addition to both 1 and 2 above, I guess you have to really be proud of it. If the food enterprise is operated in a space that prevents posting from it, that's hard to imagine. The permit shall be posted in the initial patron contact area on the menu board or counter of the enterprise or in a location determined by the health authority to ensure proper notice to the general public and patrons that this restaurant has been inspected and is in compliance with the requirements to have a restaurant. Food enterprise pre-opening. Okay. Well, before you start when starting a food business, you're required to go either through a change of ownership, if you bought the restaurant, or B, the plan review process, which means it's a new one. Read through option A and B below to determine which fits your situation, okay? Contact the health department if you need help in making that determination. Rutherford Austin Health number, I think. For starting either of these processes, call 311. Well, I'd rather cut my toes off to obtain zoning approval and a copy of the certificate of occupancy. I'd rather call the department, anyway. Change of ownership. Before opening for business, You may be required to go through a change of ownership inspection. Inspection verifies the enterprise complies with current regulations. It could have been started, 100 years ago, and the city codes might have been updated by then. We want to make sure it's up to code and has a clear certificate of occupancy. Contact development fee for this inspection is required to be paid with good collection method and pay first. There's no charge of ownership fees for those enterprises located in Travis County outside the Elton city limit. Well, when you look at the fee schedule, if you're in the city limits of Austin, you're going to pay like 3 times more than if you're in Travis County outside the city of Austin. Got to pay for all those big, beautiful buildings, come on now. Once your application is submitted, if your enterprise doesn't comply, guess what? You have to bring it up to code. Many times, prospective business owners will request a change of ownership inspection before finalizing sales. If you buy a restaurant, well, is it in compliance? That would be a big selling factor. This gives heads up on any items that may be required. How many lies to expect. Under no circumstance, begin operations without approval from the health department. Well, that's their job, and it's, totally makes sense. Go with it. Legal charges, you could be in deep kimchi if you don't. If you've ever lived in Korea, you would understand the term deep kimchi. They have it laying around by the gallons. Horrible smelling stuff, but, very tasty, New Food Enterprise, COA, 250, 10 for reviews, remodeling, it's 10,000 feet, 250, 25 to 10, 165, over 20, 85. Health Department plan reviews required whenever a building is constructed or substantially remodeled to be a food enterprise. Whenever a substantial change is made, you can go to the city tax documents and you'll see, you select a location by plot, then narrow it down, and you'll see all the permits that this business has filed throughout the years and what changes they have made. The plan review application includes menu, what's going on here. These 2 sets of building plans, I'm not really sure which, but staff reviews, and complete application, submit building plans of type of food, operation, and menu has been determined, and after receiving City Austin zoning departments, I know that these zoning departments, you can't put, strip clubs next to schools. I haven't yet figured that out. Anyway, and they give you the architectural specifications, include a list of materials, floors, walls, ceilings, have to be, in compliance with food safety, certificate of occupancy. COA requires certificate of occupancy, CO, issued at the building and have officials inspect the building and find no violations of the building and health code, new instructions and remodel. CO will also state the use for which the building is used. CO inspection is the final inspection received before operating permit is approved. City of Austin has this one of their huge buildings, right south of the Colorado River, not on the riverside, street close to the thing. I mean, you walk up there, you go through all this, crap to get up there. And whether you run into an inspector or someone that works there is a huge difference. The inspectors, like, I guess he has to be that way. And then when you into the people that work there, they don't answer their phones, email full, boils down to you got to go in there, hunt them down, and talk to them. Some reason. The fee for the CO must be paid for the approval once you have completed the pre-opening process and your health inspector, bow before them, has approved your operating permit, you may open for business. Ta-da! Don't do it without doing it right. Building permits, plans must be submitted, commercial plan review. See, industrial waste. We all know what industrial means. If you're taking over a previous business, same type of operation, so the grease trap meets requirements. If it was a sandwich shop, now it's fried chicken. Now you got all kinds of, grease trap. If there, has to come up to code. Fire inspections, they walk in. Are there any fires? Yes, no. Fire department representatives are concerned with grease-laden vapors, proper food hood. Y'all got hoodies on in the food facility. All gas equipment, it has to have ventilation because the combustion petrochemicals reduces that. In this establishment, excess of 5,000 square feet, are required to have a sprinkler system. Boy, what is that? Say 100 times 50, that's pretty small. Establishments with an occupancy in excess of 50 people have to have fire alarms. Please identify the following in your business plan. Major pieces of equipment, that's, architecture blueprint type stuff. What's going to be where the refrigerators, refrigerator, steamer with a microwave, warming drawers, soap, prep, tables, ice cream dispensers, okay, oven dish, machine, beverage station, basically everything that goes into becoming a restaurant. Fryers, food processors, sellers, food buffet, hey, what's this going to look like when you pull it off? Sinks. You don't know what that is. Hand sinks. They don't look like hands, but that's where, wash your hands, food prep, ware washing, restroom areas, ware wash sink, service sink, mop sink, curved floor sink, food prep sinks. I bet you never knew there were so many different kinds of sinks, did you? You could sink in the sink definition area. You have to have a dumpster. It has to be yours. Grease barrel, grease, thingy outside, which is horribly nasty. Whether it's gonna be, where are you gonna store your chemicals when you're cooking food? Mop drying areas. Well, normally in the mop closet, employee area for belongings. We have, when a lot of employees show up, they don't have cars. Could come, bus, walking, riding a donkey, you never know. Dry food storage area, just for that. Doors, mechanical ventilation, a restroom. I know major restaurants who there's no ventilation in the restrooms. And the only way I can figure out how they get away with it is because the restaurant's been around longer than the inspector's been around. Outer food prep areas, stuff outside, so you can smoke and drink a beer, water well, have, lower the bucket in the water, hand crank it back up underground overhead sewer line. I guess that's a possibility. On-site sewage facility until it's removed. Alcohol is served on the premise of more than 20 seats. Each restroom must have a hand sink. Wait, and hot, at least 100 degrees in cold water, mechanical air ventilation outside, solid self-closing. I'll let the window. Restrooms may not be open directly to the kitchen. That makes sense. Total, because, someone has goes there with diarrhea and they have airborne, or pathogen comes airborne, blowing right back in the kitchen. Total number of restrooms for child care facility. There's information there if you need to know it. Sink, service sink, mop sink, curb floor sink. At least one of these three types of sinks must be available for washing your mop and disposing of your mop water, and an approved waste water disposal system. Drying rack required for mops air dry, normally hooks on the wall. Sink must be provided back rope thinner on any threaded hose bibs. Protect the water supply. This will be on all food manager exams. What is an example of backflow, and it'll give you, close answers, but it's always holes in a mop bucket. Hand washing sink should be located and could be used. How nice of you by employees in food prep, food dispensing, ware washing, and wait stations where ice is dispensed. Bar areas, walk-in where meat is cut or trimmed. People that work in a bar, bartenders, they have to have their food TBC and food handler because they have ice. Cool, huh? At least one hand sink will be required. Additional separate hand sinks also be required. Small kitchens with prep areas and ware washing in close proximity may be allowed to use one hand wash sink to serve both activities. Other hand wash sinks must be associated with the restroom. Okay, use the restroom, know where to wash your hands. Yeah, right. 12-inch flash guard if a hand sink is located near food prep areas. Your initial design should prevent foot issues. Open food as opposed to closed food. Ice, clean food contact surfaces. Otherwise, hand sink must be at least 18 inches lateral separation. I guess that means it has to be put in halfway. Sign or poster notifies employees to wash their hands. You really think they read those? They need to, but to all employees, just because you stick a sign up, that doesn't mean that everyone's going to look at it and read it. From my experience, no one's going to look at it and read it. People ignore signs. The only thing they're interested in is that little eye toy in their hand. Otherwise, no doors separating hand sink work areas. Each sink must be supplied hot water. This 100 degrees stuff has to be indelibly etched in your mind. It has to have cold water also, soap, and disposable towel. Child care facilities must have hot water and diaper changing area. I wonder why. If planned, do not provide sufficient hand sink meets the requirements facility, you'll be asked to provide asked to fix it. wear wash areas where you wash your wear. Not underwear, kitchenware. A commercial dishwasher with 3-compartment sink is required in most cases. This machine must be able to efficiently sanitize all equipment and utensils while it's what they're for. It must dispense chemical sanitizer or provide a final room temperature of at least 180 degrees. Single stationary rack machine are required to reach 165 in the sanitize cycle. Test strips, depending on the sanitizing solution used, you must determine if the effective amount is there, and that's what test strips do. Above the counter, dish machines are required to have type 2 vent hoods. I don't actually know what type 2 means, but where washing sinks shall be of sufficient size to merge largest piece of equipment. Makes sense, right? Cold and hot, 100 degrees, right? Water under pressure, right? No drips allowed. Delivered through mixing valve. Provide at least 2 integral drain boards or 1 integral drain board and a mobile discard. I'll leave that to you to figure out. Drying rack. Shelves will aid in adequately air drying. Air drying is an essential part of the sanitizing process. When the water drop evaporate, off goes the remaining sanitizer as well. Facilities with very limited ware washing and using disposable containers may request a variance to install 2-compartment sink. Convenience store. Trying to think back on all the convenience stores that are our customers. I'm not sure what's going on here. I think let's have an indirect connection to the sanitary sewer air gap. This includes all food prep and ware wash. Ceiling construction. Yep, don't have to have ceiling, but if you do, ceilings over open food, ice soda fountains, ware washing. There streams of bars must meet construction criteria. Be smooth, durable, that's nice, non-absorbent, and cleanable. Open rafters, trusses, or good work, and exposed ductwork pipes and utility lines are prohibited. Well, the modern craze, the best example is Starbucks. That's the way they build them. Open rafters, trusses, good works, and exposed ductwork. But is it, is it over exposed food? Well, it's in the counter. But, it must be, I'll look up and see the Raptors. It must be okay because, that's the craze nowadays. Walls, floors, gotta have those. Must be constructed of approved material. Cleanable, water-based enamel paint is acceptable for most wall surfaces. But, usually, for lack of something, areas that are subject to regular cleaning splash must be covered with FRP. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Stainless or galvanized metal. Floor wall junctures shall provide no greater than 132-inch gap. And when take out your ruler. Baseboards. A lot of restaurants have like wood walls, stuff like that. They have to have baseboards because stuff can contaminate the lower levels of the wall. If they don't, and I've seen some managers, get irate, lose it because the baseboard's loose or falls off. Um, Masonry, well, basically brick concrete or throw junctures, not petticoat junction, do not require baseboards since the masonry junction provides no gap. Raw brick and concrete in the kitchen area requires sealing, non-absorbent material. The same grout above these tiles needs tiles, not chowels, needs to be sealed. Epoxy grout does not require sealing because I think that's its purpose. VCT floor tiles require coat of wax seal-out liquids. I'm not in the construction industry, so not sure what that means. Solid waste. Stop people throwing trash cans and dumpers and grease barrels shelf rest on a machine, laid asphalt or concrete pad. These containers must have tight-fitting lids and drain plugs. The big restaurants all know how to do this. Outdoor cooking. Some of these barbecue smoking pits cook hamburgers on Sunday, to get people in the bar early. Screen 1/16" mesh. Well, they show rest on a concrete or asphalt pad. Can't be in a mud puddle. The meat may only be placed on the smoker. Where else would you put it? No food prep allowed in this enclosure. Has to be ready to be cooked when it gets there. Any seasoning cutting must take place inside the stomach. Outdoor bars and wait stations will be approved on a case-by-case basis. It's becoming more common because there's anti-smoking insanity, social BS going on. Water and sewage systems, all private on-site sewage systems. Oh, look at this. OSSO. And wells. Oh well. Serving a new food enterprise. An extensively modeled food enterprise. A food enterprise coming under new ownership must meet current standards. It's no longer in the 1800s. These systems are required to be evaluated with respect to whether the system A meets current standards, B is adequate for the proposed use. Department officials have, leeway. They can mark an X or not mark an X. It's up to them. Protecting water supply. That sounds like a good idea. Threaded hose bibs, things that hang down and put water in mop buckets. We're required to have a backflow prevention device attached known as in the faucet itself. Spray hoses and fill hoses shall hang at least one above the maximum flood rim. They're serious about this. Don't let it hang. Hoses hang in for mop buckets. Indirect connection jockey boxes. What? Do you know what a jockey box is? No, it's what it's like a cooler. You put stuff in it and take it here or there. Ice bins, ice machines, and sinks must be provided with indirect connections to serve air gap again. 4 sinks are required on new construction. Lighting, yep, gotta see what we're doing. Adequate amounts of light shall be provided in all areas. 20 candles is required for food provided to customers. Phase salad bar, fresh produce or packaged freezer soap. 50 candles at where you're doing it at. Bright light so you can see, you can see what you're slicing or grinding, and safety is a factor. maybe a dangerous place somewhere somehow. Outer opening. Well, you gotta have outer opening. Getting in and out, all windows, vents. Exterior doors shall be tight fitting, so that the environments get in if needed. Use weather stripping makes sense. All exterior door shall be self-closure. Screens on windows and doors. Roll-up doors be screened or proposed food service areas provided with physical doors to create separation wall. Exhaust fans must be screened. They all are. Or if they're louvered, must automatically close when the fan is disengaged. Ones I'm familiar with aren't, but there you have it. Food contact surfaces. Stainless steel is an industry standard. Formica, polished marble, work well. Chlorine, machine some, approved. Ceramics and plastics may be used. Counters, all raw food must be painted. All raw wood must be painted in areas. All raw wood must be painted. Wait a minute. In areas that come in contact with food, liquid, or food containers of any kind, includes the underside of a bar above the wash hand wash sink. Splash area, well, that could happen anywhere in a restaurant. Toxic material specified. An area where chemicals are to be stored, well labeled. Separate shelf, cabinet, definitely, one of these semi-explosive proof yellow cabinets is best. At the time of your annual permit renewal, food operators are notified by a list of all employees and shall indicate which is registered with City of Austin, either food handler, food manager, non-food handler, by including the City of Austin registration number, date of birth, job title, until Denton's fracking, cities, one of their many ways of making money, major registered food handler. City Austin is $12, and when we would register one of our customers with them, we had to provide, $12, which we get billed for, and their date of birth, name, and COA number, which we delineated. Can't do that no more. Republican legislature and control now. Exemptions. We get a lot of calls. Well, I'm doing this. Do I need to go through food handler, food manager? A non-profit organization. Examples are good Cub Scouts. We're gonna go to a park and cook hamburgers. Do we have to do this? No. No cop's gonna run down there and mess with a bunch of Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, cooking hamburgers, selling cookies, probably no matter what else is going on. For the processing plant, oh my God, the amount of food they produce is expected continually, in my experience. Or they store prepackaged food does not potentially have it. Mobile food vending unit that offers only prepackaged food. The certified food manager is in charge of the central prep facility that sends it to the others that supplies product for the vending machine or a mobile food vending unit. Isn't that sweet? Temporary event. Food enterprise located, the chat tab. They incorporated. I don't know why. Designated, I guess, City Austin. Food enterprise employee with food manager certificate, registered City Austin. That still has to be done, and they still get money for that. Person who verifies by that he does not ever work with unpackaged food. I guess accountant in the back office, but I don't think the health inspector is going to ask them to show their food handler card. Food manager certificate is recognition. Oh, way to go, girl. That a person has received training in food sanitation. Austin City Code requires majority of permitted food enterprises in Austin have one employee to be currently registered certified food manager. With City Austin to have a current city of Austin food manager certificate like we went to before. That's what they give you posted on the wall. It gets into some flaky stuff here, but any food enterprise by the CFPR has a certified food manager that serves open food to the public, you know, and makes sense. Exemptions. Food enterprise provides only beverages, prepackaged food, no convenience stores, gas station. That is not a potentially hazardous food. The way it's packaged could consider it that. Non-profit organization serves food only to members and people, Boy Scouts in the park. Yeah, then they take donations for pay for the person who cooked all this stuff. But you know, the dividing line here is: do you have a sign up that says hamburgers $5, cheeseburgers $7? Yes, no. That's really the dividing line. A mobile food unit vending unit that offers only prepackaged food. If CFM is in charge of where the stuff comes from and supplies product vending machine, mobile food vending is, you know. We open our big mouths and say, if you have any questions about anything, call us. Occasionally we'll get this oddball question. Okay. On my vending machine, the hand guard, what are the specifications? Good lord. Unrestricted cook what you want mobile food vending units are required to have CFM, temporary food enterprise, and if you're lucky not to be in an incorporated area of Travis County. And there you have it, folks.